What's up everyone, this is Kevin here, the Migraine Guy, bringing you a new video today about the medication Trokendi XR. So Trokendi XR is the time-release version of a very common prophylactic or preventative migraine medication known as Topamax or topiramate. Now, the important thing to remember is that topiramate, in general, Topamax was never designed for migraine sufferers. It was designed as an anti-epileptic and anticonvulsant medication that seems to work well for some migraine sufferers at reducing their overall migraine episodes per month. Now, as a preventative, right, it isn't going to be the kind of thing you take when you get an attack to stop it. It's not an abortive. It's the kind of thing you take every day to help reduce your overall migraine days. Now, the big difference, as I said, between Trokendi and generic Topamax is that Trokendi is time release. And the reason that that can help some people is that the side effects from regular Topamax, from regular topiramate, can be very, very intense. For example, when I was on just regular Topamax, I found that within about an hour of taking the medication, I was extremely confused, very disoriented, unable to really focus, and very, very tired. And this happened for about the 4 to 6 weeks that I was on topiramate, and so I had to go off of it and try a different medication. I wanted to come back to it though with Trokendi because it's time release, and that means that it's not going to hit your system all at once when you take it. Unless, of course, you break the pill apart into pieces, which is, of course, highly recommended not to do. You destroy the time release properties when you break a time release pill apart. So keep it intact and take it. But the benefit that I saw was that I didn't have any of the very intense side effects that I experienced with generic Topamax. Now, the thing that was very interesting was that for the first 3 to 4 weeks of taking Trokendi, I didn't notice a reduction in my migraine days, but I also didn't have any negative side effects. And so I figured even if I stick with this medication for a while, at least I'm not having any negative side effects. The interesting thing was that in week 5, 6, and 7, I started to notice that the real intense confusion and fogginess in my thinking that I had experienced with regular Topamax, non-time release, came around again for about 3 weeks with Trokendi. So in talking with my neurologist, the idea was that somehow, the medication had slowly built up in my system, and so some of those side effects from before were coming out now. So I ended up coming off of Trokendi, but not because it was as bad as Topamax, but it was getting to that point where I was unable to really do my graduate school work, do my job, and focus appropriately. So I ended up coming off of it for those considerations. Now, there is one more thing to keep in mind about Trokendi, is that your health insurance might not cover it, but there is an interesting reason why I think that is. When I talked to my neurologist about going on Trokendi, he wrote the prescription, sent it off, and I have health insurance, so the idea was, you'll just pay whatever you pay, talk to me in 2 weeks or 3 weeks about the medication. What no one told me was that Trokendi actually has a coupon system that you can use to get their medication at a very, very discounted rate. For example, when I went to get my prescription filled, the pharmacist told me that my health insurance did not cover it and that I was unable to even appeal the health insurance's decision. This was a very upsetting day for me. But what I did was, talk to some people online about it, and they said, have you checked to see if the pharmaceutical company has a coupon system? Lots and lots of pharmaceutical companies have these coupon systems, though they're not marketed as aggressively as they market their medications in general. But what I did was, and I'm going to go ahead and put the link to all of that stuff below, was I found the Trokendi coupon system, which took the price of the Trokendi from many hundreds of dollars down to, I think it was $14 for a month's worth of prescriptions, and their coupon system is good for 12 months. And so if you are going to be on Trokendi and you notice that your health insurance is not covering it, this coupon system is a free, easy way to get the medication at a very reasonable price, and so that you can see if it helps reduce your overall migraine days. Now, if you're interested in more general information about Topamax or topiramate, I've done another video about that, so check that out on the channel. I do apologize for the video because it was one of my first videos that I put up, and so the camera quality was pretty low, the microphone quality was pretty low, but the content is still pretty good, and lots of people still say it's a helpful video. So I'd point you in that direction if you are interested in generic Topamax or topiramate as a medication, or you just want to know more about what Trokendi's chemical nature is. So check that video out. If you haven't already, I hope you'll like this video. Give it a big ol' thumbs up. If you're on social media, check out the Migraine Guy everywhere you are at: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And if you need anything else, you can check out my Migraine Guy support group on Facebook. Just search the Migraine Guy support group. We are getting close to 1,200 members, so that's pretty exciting. And if you need anything else, you can always just hit me up on social media or email me. Just check out my About section on YouTube. And until next time, everybody, just please remember, if you're a migraine sufferer, it can get very lonely, but please remember that you are not alone. It truly is a pleasure to bring you not only this YouTube content, but also a podcast, the Migraine Guy podcast, as well as all of the things that I do on social media to help raise global migraine awareness. If you want to help contribute to that project, you can do so at a website, patreon.com, patreon.com/the Migraine Guy. You can become a patron, someone who supports the content that I create and helps me stay accountable to you, my migraine community. Doing this stuff, though YouTube and the podcast are free to use, costs me a bit of money in order to do things like upgrade camera quality, microphone quality, as well as hosting websites for you migraine sufferers, as well as the content for the podcast. So if you want to help contribute to that, if you like what I do and you want to support me, you can do so at patreon.com/the Migraine Guy. Patreon's great because it lets you contribute as little as $1 a month if you want to, or any amount above that. So it's up to you what you want to donate, but if you value this content, I would greatly appreciate it.